Hi, welcome to my last video of Cycle 2 about factions in the European region. This time I kind of just did a video of 3 bouts altogether because in between I kind of took a break because I'm not really into the game right now. If you don't want to hear any of this, just skip to like 5 more minutes to the first matchup. After like about week 3, after the maintenance, I started really getting really pissed at the game. Continuous desyncing. I thought the game couldn't get any worse. Well, Niantic proved me wrong. I always have low expectations, but they still exceeded, unfortunately. So yeah, like at about 4, I already uninstalled the game for a week. Then I played again, and it wasn't any better at all. So I took a break for a week or so from anything really, from YouTube. I didn't stream on Twitch either. Now I'm kind of slowly picking it up. Without the game, I'm walking less, so I kind of noticed that. So I'm kind of slowly picking that up. Didn't really do much GBL except for a charity stream. I'm ranked 10 right now. I think I did 30 battles when my grandpa died because I was really bored. Really had to get my mind off things. So yeah, I decided to just take a little break from that. But I will slowly pick it up. I'm not that. I like the game still somewhat, but I don't have better things to fill my time with yet. So and I enjoy making videos and doing streams on Twitch. So yeah, maybe soon I will pick up YouTube. Maybe a bit like I'll do a video on a GBL set. Maybe with Heracross or Kingler. I like those Pokemons, and yeah, Legends sometimes already too easy for me. Not to sound cocky, but we have so much time nowadays in these seasons, right? That I want to make it challenging. And Kingler's fun. Kingler is such a stupid Pokemon. I really want to make it with that. Anyway, that's enough talk. Let's watch some of these matchups. The first bout that I'll be covering this in this video is bout 4, which was against Sky Dragons. We lost this one pretty much together. Sky Dragons was kind of the underdog from last cycle, I believe, and they're doing pretty well this cycle. My opponent is, I have no idea how to pronounce this. I will just say it on Dutch, Smeetix. They are Polish, by the way, so maybe they pronounce the same. I don't know. So if you've seen the previous videos, you might remember that I kind of sucked at Open Great League, and I'm trying to pick it up again. I really expected my opponents to expect my Shadow Sableye because I've been using it a lot on stream, but they kind of didn't. So I decided to just bring some of my most strongest mons that I'm most familiar with. I did not even bring G-Fisk this time. G-Fisk is kind of mandatory for Open Great League, but this time I didn't feel it. And what happens next? My opponent brings a Pidgeot. Pidgeot beats my XL Lickitung, my level 50 Shadow Sableye, my Medicham level 50 rank 1, and Ferrothorn, even though I was running Thunder on it, isn't great for it. On top of that, they also bring Umbreon, which also breaks my Lickitung Sableye core. So this was not looking great for me. On top of, and also Skarmory also isn't great for my Medicham, my Skunk, my Ferrothorn, and my Lickitung. So I had a really tough matchup here. Really tough matchup. I wasn't necessarily expecting Umbreon, but I did expect Pidgeot and Skarmory. Let's see how that went. We're going into the first matchups here. As you can see, I really need RPS here. I really need to be lucky. If I don't win lead, I lose the game. So my first thought here, if I'm lucky, maybe there's like G-Fisk Umbreon in the back. But you know, my opponent is not stupid. We're on the highest level of the world here, and there's no reason to not bring Pidgeot here. My false move denial is very on point. Yes, classic Niantic. I go in Sableye hoping to bait out Pidgeot. They bring in their Umbreon, which is their other answer. You know, if they had brought Mandibuzz as Dark type, which is more common honestly than Umbreon, because you know it also covers grass, it would be fine. Shadow Sableye is kind of fine against Mandibuzz, but not against Umbreon. I really had a hard time counting as well because of all the desyncs. Yeah. As you can see, the power gems, they don't really add up. My opponent desyncs there. I think I got 3 Shadow Claws for 1 Snarl. You know, even when I'm in an advantage like this, I notice these things and I'm still molding. I'm still modding, but I also missed some Snarls here, I believe, because I even thought that I could win Switch here. But look at that, 1 Snarl and they're already at a move. I don't even know. I don't know, dude. When it's sped up like this and when I'm just commentating, I don't really notice, to be honest. I have Power Up Punch and Ice Punch on my Medicham. Because I don't expect them to bring Jelly really with all the answers I have. They no-shield the Power Up Punch. If I did Ice Punch here, I think I would have been in a pretty decent spot here, because my Medicham could have put in a lot of work. Yeah, but they no shield, really unfortunate for me. And I think they will keep the shield for that Pidgeot anyway. Yeah. They have a move stored as well on Pidgeot. I have to start using shields at this point. But that pup and them calling it, that really may have cost me. They get another move here, that really sucks. I lost. I can't shield this. If I shielded there, they just Brave Bird my Medi, right? So it's still over, honestly. Because at this point, honestly, look. If I did the Ice Punch, it probably did like 40% damage. And I may have been able to counter this down, honestly. It's really on me. It's really on me. There wasn't really a reason to bait as well. Because, you know, I was swapping out anyway. So that's just washed up me, I guess. Yeah. I think the Brave Bird barely killed. Yes. So that's 0-1 already. Not great for me. I just really need my Medi on his Umbreon. I need my Skarmory on their Pidgeot. Skarmory is my only Pidgeot answer. I need the alignment there to win. The problem is that they have so much answers to my best mons. Makes it really difficult. Makes this really difficult to overcome. Let's skip it a bit. Because picking a team really took me a while. Makes sense. I just need to RPS here. No luck. And because I desync, they're also ahead here. I didn't even build up the power gem. Screw it. I expect them to shield either way, or get them low. It's also fine with me, but they shield. I expect the power gem. Sorry, the feather dance here. If I could get to a power gem, that'd be great. But I died to this next gust, and because I missed my Shadow Claw at the start, I don't get there. Very unfortunate. Though I'm not sure, because then I probably threw in his gust, still lost 2 turns. So I don't think it's really mattered, to be honest. Desync just looks unnecessary and ugly, honestly. So I still mold. They feather dance again, it's fine. They bring in their Umbreon. I'm expecting either G-Fisk or their own Skarmory in the back. Neither will be great, honestly. Throwing the pup. I believe that Umbreon can win the zeros if you don't have Pup or Dynamic Punch. I don't even know, to be honest, this matchup with Pup. I know it's better versus Licky, but this, I don't know. Because the thing is, I am getting kind of low. You know, if it is G-Fisk, I need this Medicham for a little. He probably brings in Skarmory anyway. The Pidgeot, I mean. Let's see what he does. I bait here. So bad, so bad, so bad. You know, these double boosted counters, they would have really chunked this this Skarmory. They would have really helped, I think. Wow. Looking back at this, even though I didn't have alignment, I feel like I had more play than I did. Yeah, this is no use here. I think I need to Brave Bird here. But it didn't matter. They should anyway. I tried something. I felt like they got their Air Slash through, but I wasn't sure. We kind of desynced again, so that's why I swapped out the Skarmory and throw the move there. I predicted this catch, but I need to throw. So well played by them, of course. Yeah, makes sense to catch there. Would have been nice if I knew if he got the Air Slash through or not. That may have changed my decision making there. Still, would have been a difficult match to win. But also, if I threw the Ice Punch on the Pidgeot, they could not even catch. Maybe I would have had it. So yeah, kind of an unfortunate play on my end. You'll see that not everyone plays perfect. All right, I leave Sableye again. I just use the same team. And I say so my Skarmory. So my brain here thought, you know what? They don't have a Skarmory answer anyway. So I'll just... no, my brain thought, if they lead Umbreon, they don't have G-Fisk in the back. So I can just say so Skarmory. Now, we both know what's gonna happen here, right? He's just gonna keep the shield for the Pidgeot. I already knew during the match that was gonna happen. For a while I was like, yes, oh, he does have an answer to this, of course, because he leads Umbreon, he has no G-Fisk in the back, because he'd be very weak to Medicham. Well, no, of course, survives literally 1 HP too. Of course not, because he just sweeps with Skarmory or Pidgeot. Alright, begin Medi. They have Jelly, because they noticed my Medi in the back the whole time, and in the back is Pidgeot. It's time to top left. My Medi is not gonna do much against that the Jellicent. But man, alignments. I really want to switch Medi and Sableye too, but oh, I top left there. Yeah, so not only bad play by me, also didn't get the alignment I needed. That was just unfortunate. So I went 0-3 there. Let's see. That was here at the Open Great League roll. So after that I took a break for a bout. I skipped this one. As you can see, Emperor's won pretty hard. I mean, Poké League didn't do very well this cycle too. Unfortunately, they were new. Yeah, they were playing on the highest level. That's still very prestigious. The next one is versus Guerrilla Garbodors. I think I find them one of the best teams in the world for sure. Very popular or well-known German players. And this time I didn't really want to play, but you know, myself and a couple other faction members were just not really that interested in the game right now, and I felt like you know, we should share the burden of playing right now. You know, I know that I'm gonna molt if the game is gonna desync the whole time, but you know, I just took a place against the Germans this time. I'm playing as Lenly. I played Lenly a couple times in Sil before, I think, and I think I had a pretty good record against him. The Pokemons I brought Double Ice. I didn't want to bring Frostless at first, but I feel like, you know, I'm so experienced with Frostless, I think I should bring this. A9 is just a must, almost a must. Basically because I kind of need to cover dark types, right? So what if they bring something like an Umbreon? And also A9 is decent versus Tyranitar if you run Charm. You mostly run Charm in this meta anyway. I also really like Quillfish. Quillfish just has so much neutral coverage in this meta. Really only sucks versus Jellicent, I think. On my opponent's side, there's also a A9 and Quillfish core. But also, other than that, kind of pretty meta. I think both our Quillfish look very strong here. We both don't really have strong answers versus each other versus Quillfish. I think his Mandibuzz is decent just because it outbulks very strongly. Also, my Frostless doesn't look that bad either, in my opinion. Even against A9, you get 2 moves that take a shield. And also against Tyranitar you can get to at least 1 move, though you get farmed down, so it still kind of sucks. Let's get into these battles. So I think I'm running Water Gun. Yeah, I was running Water Gun on my this is a very good lead for me. I was running Water Gun on my Quillfish for better neutral matchups against like their what's it called? Their Toxicroak, especially their Toxicroak, their EMEA, their Tyranitar. I think the mirror is slightly better. I shield this move simply because I want to keep Switch at all cost. I have no idea why they run Ice Beam. Seems kind of pointless to me because, you know, Sludge is much better for like my A9. And it's just a really hard-hitting move. Let's say you only get to 1 move. Sludge Wave definitely, with Stab, is absolutely the way. Or maybe Ice Beam does more, I don't know. Maybe it does make sense for him to run Ice Beam. It just wasn't really on my mind because Ice Beam doesn't really hit anything hard on my line. He brings in the Mandibuzz again. I'm not expecting him to shield. He even throws a move already. Did not expect that either. What I kind of expected was something like EMEA, Say Swap, and Tyranitar in the back. So I had my Toxicroak ready in the back. I didn't think he would try to sweep with it though. But yeah, Quillfish obviously also very strong for him. I believe he did not even build up to the Dark Pulse here, so definitely no reason for me to shield. Toxicroak is probably the best Alola Muk answer in this meta, so I just got perfect alignment. A9 on their Mandibuzz and my Toxicroak on their EMEA. Not much they can do really. I shielded my Quillfish immediately, showing that I will do anything to keep Switch there as well. And keeping Switch was just key here, honestly. Yeah, this is just game. So no Tyranitar from them. Tyranitar is kind of risky to bring if someone has a Toxicroak on their team. Maybe he wanted to see my Quillfish moveset first. Well, now that I've shown Water Gun, I'm really not expecting their Tyranitar. I am expecting their A9 now, perhaps, because Water Gun, Quillfish versus A9, it's not even that bad for A9, honestly. It's still not a winning matchup, but it's also not the worst. I don't even remember what I brought here, honestly. Always forget. From my side, I'll definitely be bringing the Quillfish. Quillfish A9 core looks really strong on my side. So I'll just bring those 2 again. And with Frostless in between, Frostless is really strong for getting shield advantage, perhaps. Though Quillfish is not the best Pokemon to clean up something with because it's so fragile. Let's say if I would bait like an A9 with my Frostless, they can just throw a Psy Shock into me, get like 5 charms in maybe, and I'd be half dead. You know, assuming I also shield the Psy Shock, otherwise I just die. Why am I taking so long here? Let me see. Revealing a moveset there, obviously Flamethrower on Skuntank. Yep, there we go. The advantage of Skuntank over other Poison Darks is that you have this nice coverage of Flamethrower. This is not the lead I want. I'll just go into Frostless because I have 2 better answers to this. I expect him to try and catch there, so I went for an extra. Since he desynced at the start, I managed to. And he brings in the Charm A9. Not perfect per se, but you know, it's fine. No, actually it's not fine. It gets really scary if it's like like their Quillfish or Amok in the back, something that counters my A9. I think my opponent could have farmed down here, honestly, because I was 3 off and he kills me in 2 charms. So I don't even get there. This probably will be a whole different game if they farm me down and side shock my Quillfish. I could also opt to go in A9, of course, to catch it there. Because I know there has to be a there had to be a A9 answer in the back. If they lead Mandy, they need an answer to it. I think Mandy Quill core looks very strong on this side. As you can see, they run Poison Sting, which is worse for my A9. That makes sense if they run Mandy the whole time, because they need to cover it as good as possible. And I'll go for the bait, because if I bait there, they kind of have to shield. They can't have this thing on their Mandy. But if I bait there, they can farm less up. I have 2 options here. I can either farm this all the way down, take some moves, or I can throw a move, keep my shield, and Ice Beam the Mandibus. And that's what I'm doing. Basically, I wanted to keep out of foul play range here. It gets a little tight because they had some energy already. I tried to lock them in with my A9 previously, but didn't do that too long, unfortunately. I have a good Quillfish. One more water gun and throw the move and boom. I believe this kills. It's like 50%. Boom, nice. So that's that wasn't an easy matchup really. Didn't really have the lead I wanted. It wasn't really hard counter either, right? I don't feel like this was definitely not hard counter. The Quillfish on A9 was, but the other matchups were fine, good enough to win. I don't think I would have won if I don't think I would have won if he brought in the. No, if he farmed down my Frostless and side shocked my my Quill, I don't think I would have won then. Let's see what my last team will be. For my last idea, I didn't want to bring A9 because I know he will bring Quillfish. So if I can just avoid that weakness, I lose a risk there. Very good lead for me, very fortunate. Didn't anticipate this at all. He brings in the Quillfish as expected. So my water gun Quillfish really is just as good against this Toxicroak. So I don't really need swap as much, but I think I want to get rid of my Scun tank here. I'm expecting A9 in the back. So, you know, bringing Scun tank, that's also kind of my hardest A9 answer. But Quillfish still is fine, and I believe my Frosta still can easily get to a Shadow Ball if necessary. I believe this kills. Can you believe I had to make a freaking new Scun tank, a normal Scun tank for this meta? I can use Shadow, but normal performs way better in this meta. It can just take moves easier. I'm bringing my own because moves are resisted here. I will still shield one. Hopefully he throws the bigger move because I need to preserve some HP if it's A9. Since he's staying in, you really want to keep switch there. It's not going to do much for him though, because Aquatail does like, what, 40% on Toxicroak? I'll throw here before he gets to the next Aquatail. Charm is oppressive, so gotta preserve some HP. Toxic comes back in. I'll build to an Aquatail if necessary to snipe the energy later. And it is the A9. Shadow Ball will hurt this a lot if I just farm this down. Or I can throw a move and keep the shield. I should have this. But they do have like 4 counters on their Toxicroak, so it's still pretty tight. I think I should have just thrown and then went for an Ice Beam on the Toxicroak. Because they didn't throw. They already had the Weather Ball easily. But they just want to go for Side Shock per se. I believe they're at the move right here. But I'm at 2 as well, and I win CMP, I believe. We're both very attack weighted. And 2 Aquatails knockout here, so that's a nice trio. I wasn't a fan of Twilight at first, because it seems like a pretty RPS meta. It is a pretty RPS meta, but yeah, a trio is nice to start off with. especially when Open Great League completely sucked. Now for my last bout, we'll be playing against my friend Jumping Lemur. I think he's one of the best in the world as well when he really tries. And he told me he was gonna bring Spice for his last bout, but he forgot to change his team, so he has a team from his previous bout, and I happened to bring Frostless again, simply because I wanted to bring A9 at first, I think, but that would make me very weak to his Alolan Grimer, which he brought every cycle that he played Twilight, so I brought Frostless instead. It was a really good choice because it beats basically, or it has decent matchups against basically anything on his line except A9. Other than that, my Grimer looks pretty good. I can play Poison Jab or Mud Slap. I played Poison Jab. I know Mud Slap has more hard counter matchups against his line, but Poison Jab is just safer, like against his flyers. Galarian Slowbro, hello, one of my signature mons by now, I guess. I'm gonna show you. I can play it without G-Fisk. I have Mandibus, but again, just like when I hit Legend with it in Ultra, it's really risky to use in a meta full of dark types. And again, there's 2 dark types here, so Galarian Slowbro, Poison, defensive typing, really good against fairies or charmers generally, and the Psychic offensive typing is just so good because there's so many poison types. You see that he has Dragalge, Golbat, Toxicroak, right? Slowbro just obliterates those. Golbat and Dragalge are very known for winning a lot of 2 shields matchups, but they don't do it against Slowbro. I didn't even do that on purpose, honestly. I just want to bring some funny Pokemons. I brought 2 Grimers, and I think they're pretty solid too. I think on their side they kind of have to bring A9 to cover my Frostless because it's just so strong, and Alolan Grimer looks very safe for them to bring. Dragalge actually wins almost everything against my team in the 2s except for Slowbro and the... it's possible versus Azumarill if he runs Gunk Shot, but it's an iffy mon to run for him. If I run Mudslap Grimer, it's also not great for Dragalge. So the things I'm definitely expecting are Alolan Ninetales, Alolan Grimer, and Golbat is just an absolute staple to win Switch with because it beats everything on my team in the 2 shields except for Slowbro. So let's get into this final set against my good friend Jumping Lemur. Let's see, he took a while to pick his first team. I returned the favor by taking ages for my second team. Yo, holy shit, it's almost 2 minutes in. Alright, so I let Azumarill, one of the most boring Pokemons, but it's pretty decent in this meta. I lead it into his Mandibus. I know there's either A9. Yeah, he kind of has to bring A9 to cover my Frostless, but he must love Alolan Grimer. He brings it every single round. Get some lag there. Game scuffed again, yay. Golbat does win this in the 2s, not in the 1s. If I shield here and get to another Ice Beam, I win this matchup. But I decide to keep my shield for Frostless here, and I do something kind of stupid here. I bring in Mandibus. I'm gonna tell you why this is stupid. Because if he has A9 now, I'm switch locked and he can farm me down and just, you know, destroy me. So this is not a good play by me. I'll farm up perfectly. Not even counting, but he didn't throw, so I will. I have Air Slash because it's just way better against most of his things, right? Like his own Mandibus. This thing, Alolan Grimer, is very fortunate for me because it means I just win. Look, Grimer is like a really weird Pokemon. It's kind of offensive weighted, but it's also kind of bulky. I don't know. I don't have much experience with this thing, but it's pretty good. It's a goofy Pokemon. I like it. So I don't have much left here to bring in, but since he has Poison Jab, not Bite, luckily for my Frostless, definitely could have been an option for him, honestly. It's still fine. And he has Air Slash Mandibus. I think he just forgot to TM because he definitely needs Snarl against my team, especially when Frostless is so strong. I can honestly farm this down. But I have another idea here. I save this avalanche. I get him kind of into bubble range. He has to throw... or not. He doesn't attack because he wants farm on his Grimer. And my idea was that Frostless wins CMP. I looked it up afterwards. Frostless does not win CMP. So if he had a crunch here, if he farmed a crunch off me, I would have lost. I guess the idea was good, but and it worked, right? It worked, kinda. It wasn't necessary. Definitely wasn't necessary. Kinda almost threw there. But yeah, that's something I learned now. Alolan Grimer has higher attack than Frostless. So yeah, quite the team's ready for this. Let me see. Okay, here we go. As you can see, my lead is Galarian Slowbro. Let's see some Slowbro action. So I'm actually already waiting for him to swap into like a Mandibuzz, but he doesn't. The team I'm running here is Frostless, Mandibuzz in the back, simply to bait out his A9 with my Frostless and sweep with Mandibuzz, hopefully. Though him running Air/Mandibuzz kind of ruins that now. He's staying in, so I'm expecting poison types in the back, probably the Golbat again. And the other ones, either Grimer or Mandibuzz probably. We simultaneously swap here, though -1 turn later. I don't know why I tried to catch there. My 4 Confusions is 16 turns. His 5 Charms is 15. I can't catch there if he wants to throw. So, I don't know. I know those things. I still do this. I know I outpace here. We swapped really fast, but I get to my move 1 earlier. So I think the CMP, even though he keeps desyncing, the game is so scuffed. It's so scuffed. I didn't even... I like playing against Jumping Lemur, but this game is just so... Look, he desyncs again, so I thought maybe I get there, but now it's visual, so I have no idea what's going on. And if that's going away, alright, I have quite some energy on my Slowbro. Cheers. Sayonara, Golbat, bye. Beautiful. Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, it can get walled so hard by Grimer and Mandibuzz, but this was absolutely beautiful to see it break a core like that. I bet Jumping Lemur was like, nah, and that was a pussy. There's no way he's gonna bring that. He's gonna play it safe. Well, guess again. Do I bring Slowbro again? I haven't brought Grimer, Kanto Grimer yet. I played Kanto Grimer quite some in Kanto Cup. I really liked it there. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the best buddy here. As you can see on the right side, my Grimer is CP 1500, but that's with Best Buddy, but I forgot it. Alright, so we got Frostless double Grimer. Let's see. There's no way he brings Toxicroak, because I brought Frostless, Mandibuzz, Galarian Slowbro previous match. He brings in the Mandibuzz. This is fine. This also tells me he does not have his Golbat, because Golbat is kind of decent against Grimer. Not the best either, of course, because charge moves are resisted. But you know, it'd be nice if Golbat could avoid the Frostless. I don't know. That was just my feeling. My feeling was he had a Grimer in the back. And he seemed with me here. Very interesting. He could have just thrown before that. Though Area Ace wouldn't kill anyway, so I get why he doesn't. Very good counting by Jumping Lemur here. If I shield this, I probably die. I should have just done with Crunch. Not sure if that would have killed though. It's a good farm for Frostless. I shield that just in case it's still a Golbat. Just in case. Or maybe a Dragalge or something, you know. Probably not. I'm bringing the other Grimer with the Poison Jab. And he brings in his Alolan Grimer. So the thing is, this matchup's pretty good. I believe in the 1 and 2 shields. Not in the 0 shields as much. It's more kind of neutral, but I already took a couple charms, right? So, but yeah, he has to shield this, otherwise his A9 is just gets eaten by this pile of what is it, goo? Unfortunately, the crunch doesn't even kill me. See, Grimer's like attack weighted, bulky. I don't know. Farm this down, get 2 moves on the A9. I do get the defense drop there, so if they get some charms in and get to the side shock, I probably lose. I even debate going double avalanche here. Avalanche does like 30%. Maybe 2 avalanche would have done the job as well, but it doesn't matter. We get to the second move there. And that's game. It's another 3-0. Can you imagine that I wanted to play Open Great League so bad to get better at it, and I go 0-3, 1-2, 0-3, 1-2, and then I play Twilight twice, and I go 3-0 twice, even though I don't even want to play the game, or PvP at least. Kind of scuffed. I don't know. Kind of scuffed. Yeah. So this is currently stand there. Yep. If we win this bout, we are sure to not play what's called the playoffs, to go a tier below. If we win, we're sure we don't have to play. But Team Grookey right now is playing versus Snowvertappers. They're 9-9. So if Team Grookey wins, we probably have to win as well. Yep. Yeah, so that was my video to close off Cycle 2. I apologize for just abruptly not making videos anymore, but man, I really can't stand PvP at sometimes right now. I promise I will make some GBL videos next week, but it won't be like useful teams. It's probably just some Kingler battles or something. We'll just see. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it and have a good one. Bye.